Okay, it's been a year since I started to journal, so I decided to make a review of the 2 journals I filled since then. It's a good way to keep track of my progress in drawing and other things. I started with an index, even if I never actually used it, and then a calendar for 8 months. And here it is, February, because starting in January is far too easy. A quote from Lemony Snicket to start it, as often in fact. February is the shortest month of the year, so if you are having a miserable month, try to schedule it for February. I never thought I'd actually do that. At the left, you can see my first drawing for this journal, a not too bad rose considering my level at this time. And next to it, a very ambitious to-do list. My first mood and habit trackers. They are the reason I needed to start a bullet journal in the first place, to make sure I take my pills and shower and eat. I also used the little cases on the top left to keep track of my episodes, my brain dump, and 2 weekly blogs. The text says, "You are an artist even before knowing or what. You have the talent even before you know how to express it." Then the next log is quite empty since I was stuck in an hospital room. I wrote, "The most clever evasion is the unnoticed one," and "The world is already full of assholes. Nobody needs me to become one." And 2 quotes. "It's both a blessing and a curse to feel everything so very deeply," by David Jones. And "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle," by Ian McLaren. The last day's logs, and in the sealed envelope is a strand of my own hair. Everyone has his fetish. We passed to Mars, and I liked imagination for the front page, but the theme was mostly flowers. Then my to-do list, still ambitious, and a quote from Vincent van Gogh. "Normality is a paved road. It's comfortable to walk, but no flowers grow." Then March tracker, with tulips, my favorite flowers. Quote is from Shadowhunters. "If you fail to grant time for the things you care about, you'll forget why you're even fighting at all." Then an art thing I copied from someone? I have no source, sorry. And now the brain dump, and then started the long trail of abandoned projects I kept room for and are now infuriating me. Yeah, it's a lot. A weekly log, and the list is pet names ideas. Yeah, it's another stillborn project. It seemed that the hospital made me like Mandela, so I made one as soon as I was on. And the burn page says, "It's okay if you're burning with anger or sadness or both. It is necessary for you to collapse so you can learn how phoenixes are reborn when they burn and rise again from the ashes of their existence." And it's by Noor Inamar. A weekly log, one I actually like, and then another, maybe my favorite. "Look at this lady!" And I love the clean look of their boxes. This one I liked a lot less. Next pages include ticket to the ballet, the Swan Lake, and to my town's museum. To the right is a felt tip art, Pocahontas themed, of the quote, "Sometimes the right path is not the easiest one." I admit easily I have a problem with Pocahontas. Weekly log. And April! Sun theme, a great month. I am proud of the dot title. Time consuming but looks great. And yet another quote by Lemony. "Some people say that a sunrise is a miracle because it is somewhat mysterious and often very beautiful. But other people say it's simply a fact of life because it happens every day and far too early in the morning." The first weekly log was Easter themed because it was Easter. Next to the to-do list, more reasonable this time, are the lyrics to the song Little Talks by Of Monsters and Men. Brain dump, a pretty mood and habit tracker, and the quote by Long Live. "What was it like to lose her?" Yeah, her instead of him. "It was like hearing every goodbye ever said to me, all at once." A page my doctor asked me to do to list my symptoms. Another weekly log and another quote by Lemony Snicket. "I love no one but you, I have discovered, but you're far away and I'm here alone." Look at those pretty daffodils! Here is where I started the sentence exercise, where I forced myself to write something every day. Quote is, "You must burn brighter than ever because you're a daughter of the sun and you belong only to yourself and not to this world," by Nikita Gill. Next, one of my cooler weekly logs. Very time consuming too, but it looks awesome. And we are already at May! Yay! The theme were butterflies and wallpaper. Kinda. On the left, lyrics from the song My Girl by The Temptation. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. A simple weekly log, a brain dump. All the papers and pics are from an old biology textbook. Next to the to-do list is the tragedy of life is not death, but what we let die inside of us while we live, by Norman Cousins. Yeah, May is a difficult month, okay? You can see it in the colors of the mood tracker, with a quote by Hafez. Run, my dear, from anything that may not straighten your precious budding wings. Double page for the exercise. A budget page. I have given up that habit since it's useless for me, but I still draw a cute chrysalis on the quote. Waiting can be hard mostly, but leave no stone unturned and you'll strike gold in no time. A weekly log boring, and then another one of my favorites, where I recreated, or try to recreate, the butterfly from the Corpus Bride. Yes, it's a Pocahontas-themed exercise page. I know I have a problem. Weekly logs like this are the proof I was in a bad mood. I didn't even try. In the envelope, the charm I lost at that time, twin to my best friends. At the right, a book to read tracker. But since I read mostly fanfictions, the printed books are left aside and I'm ashamed to admit they're mostly in red. But it looks good! A prettier log, and then it's time for June. I loved the minimalist red theme, with poppies and ladybugs. The sentence is, ladybugs all dressed in red, waltzing through the flower beds. If I were little, just like you, I'd dance among the flowers too. Then the to-do list and a quote by Janet Fitch. Poppies bleed petals of sheer excess. You and I, this sweet battleground. A brain dump. And a ladybug tracker. Fear will not trick me into being ordinary. By Brooke Hampton. This is where I started using a bar for my episodes tracker rather than cases. Another new try, a sport planning, and next to it, a page to note the new positive things that happened. Exercise pages, and then budget, still useless. So I wrote a quote by China Mieville to our native. After injury, a scar is what makes you whole. Weekly logs, an exercise page with Pith of Death, the meaning of the red poppies. Yeah, I know, it's a bit morbid. Week log, and then two of the ugliest page I've ever done. One with Blame It on the Black Star, lyrics of Radiohead's Black Star, and a quote by Tyler Kent White. Never apologize for burning too brightly or collapsing into yourself every night. That's how galaxies are made. And a week log in a style I love. Then it's July, and baby, it's going into the heavy stuff. My theme is based on that drawing I copied from Redbubble, named Bones and Botanic. Skeletons are hard, but it was a good exercise. I quoted Pluto to say that only the dead have seen the head of war. Simple week logs, the second with pig from the textbook. To-do list next to a cute skull and butterfly, drawn from this week. A brain dump. Then the sport and gratitude pages. I love how this both looks. The drawing on the right is a copy of this one. Then mood and habit trackers. I love those. How they are bits of color in the gray and the skull, inspired by both those pics. Exercise pages and an attempt at a cool week log that failed, missing a good drawing and maybe a color. My last budget page before I gave up. Quote is by Christine Anna. If I've learned anything in this long life of mine, it is this. In love, we find who we want to be. In war, we find who we are. And the skull is inspired by this art piece. For this writing page, I copied the lovers from Redbubble too. And I'm pretty proud of it. With logs, and a quote by David H. Friedman. The chaos in your house looks a lot like the chaos in your head. I was preparing for Gage though. Then we have August! Pretty big stuff. My first tries at watercolor. Most of the illustrations are from that book, L'Océan aux Sans Abîmes, with mermaids on this log telling us that mermaids don't lose sleep over the opinions of shrimp. And then a giant squid, terrifying if made correctly, and here a bit pathetic. Next to the brain dump, the fish inspiration is next, another crafting quote. I am a crafty girl. I make things, lot of things. I'll keep making things until my fingers fall off. Then I will grab my hot glue gun, reattach those suckers, and make more things. And for the next page, creative people don't have a mess. They have ideas lying around everywhere. And a helmet from the book. Yes, it is a sport and gratitude page. In my defense, it looks pretty great with only pencils and felt tips. The monster and the manta ray are from the book too. With, written in the corner, what is sauce but slime with a purpose? That even in Tumblr doesn't really make sense, so here, not really either, I guess. The trackers are entitled Reality is for people who lack imagination. The tentacles are from a Redbubble heart, and the jellyfish trackers from the book. Exercise pages and a weekly log with a quote by Barbara Kingsolver. Memories do not always soften with time. Some grow edges like knives. And an exercise page with a tentacle girl recreated from this art. The week log next has a sentence, You're so down to earth, and I'm up in the stars, so show me the sea, and I'll take you to Mars. I had planned to draw an astronaut and a mermaid there, but I lacked courage. And for the last week, a simple treasure chest from the book, because I was sick of complicated stuff. After that, I had not enough pages to make another month, so I bought a new journal. I still used the last pages to assess the content of the year. So let's grab the current one! This time, no index, but I kept the 8-month preview. Then, a page of projects for the year. This one I started in September, that I only finished like 2 weeks ago. The drawings are from the Petit Manuel de Dragonologie. Of course, this drawing isn't full size, but only the Grand Manuel, and I only have this one on hand. After that, direct on the to-do list, from which I haven't made even half of, and the first 2 days logs, with Will's theme. A week log that looks bad, a dirty brain dump, and better looking writing pages. The mood tracker actually looks good, with the fires and bottles. Another quote from our Jill Lemony for the habit page. Fate is like a strange, unpopular restaurant, filled with odd waiters who bring you things you never asked for and don't always like. A display cabinet week log. It looks good! And then one with a frog and an egg from the manual. For the writing pages, the skeleton is from The Resurrectionist, the last work of the Dr. Spencer Black, and I admit it's not my best skeleton. But it's finally done, and that's most important. With Disney's, keep moving forward. For the next log, I wanted to have a filigrane effect with sketches from The Resurrectionist. And I like the result, actually. At the end, a gratitude page and a project list. Next, we have the Halloween challenge pages, with items ideas, and I made 37 of them. I'm pretty proud, even if with that and Inktober I was so tired I slept for 2 weeks in November. I had no time for fancy pages with all of the rest, so October was minimalist. With a children's song, Come little leaves, said the wind one day, come over the meadows with me and play. Put on your dresses all red and gold, summer is gone and the days grow cold. Candy corn and spiderweb corners for the to-do list, and of course, the 11 satanic rules of the earth. If you don't know them, go check. They are great rules. An orange week log with the sound of rain on rooftop and window pane is the universe uploading your decision to remain in bed. Each day has the title of that day's Inktober drawing. Next one is simple, with those pretty leaves from this photograph. A brain dump, and a writing page with I get lost pretending to be human. Trackers, with a quote by C.S. Lewis. You can never get a cup of tea large enough or a book long enough to suit me. Then a week log and its inspiration. The writing pages have a quote by Joseph Brodsky. For darkness restores what light cannot repair. A red, simple log with gorgeous vampire lips from this book. And the last 3 days with a cute little witch. And a quote in French far too long to translate or even to read. Next page is for gratitude, and then a sentence from Friends Fandom's blog. You ever think about the other sperm you bid to exist? The astronauts, the rappers, the concert pianists, but you, the Tumblr blogger, you won. For November, I was exhausted, so minimum effort. First quote was Joseph Chilton's: "To live a creative life, we must lose our fear of being wrong." And the emblem from Bridge to Therapithia. Next page reads: "This is my life, my story, my book, and I will no longer let anyone else write it, nor will I apologize for any edits," and the image I copied it from. The next week was the one with the fifth, so it's red, and with a red and black domino. Quote is C.S. Lewis again: "Experience, that most brutal of teachers, but you learn, my God, you learn." A brain dump, and a reading page with a sentence from V for Vendetta: "Who is but the form following a what?" And next, the trackers, noted by "You can destroy a government on an empty stomach." Then, a week log, and a text about dandelions. A rating page, with yet another quote by that good old Lemony: "The sad truth is, the truth is sad." I didn't even separate it the days. It's a weekly log with a Tumblr post about cats, and our last days with V for Vendetta's sign and Viveri Veniversum Vivus Vici. Joyeux Noël was an attempt at creating a challenge just like the one for Halloween, but I like inspiration. Here it is, December! This one, you know it. Not much to say except that this time I'll show you the inspiration sources. The snow globe is only me, but the flowers are someone else's work. Yeah, so the brain art thing was inspired by that drawing that I just found amazing and wanted to recreate. And the 2018 style is something I copied from another bullet journal, but I can't remember which, so I'll link it if I find it again. No more Lemony in March, I swear! For the rest, please forgive me.